stitch and stitchy goodness. This is Flosstube 63, I think. I did a Flosstube extra, and during it, you can watch me play with my camera settings and figure out how zoom works. And I said, I've been doing 60 episodes of things and I still don't know how to produce anything. Such is life. My name is Lauren. You can find me on Instagram at LaurenUpStitching, and I'm posting a few things there every once in a while. Other than that, you can find me here where I ramble about my projects. This week I have a finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 whips. And I entered some stuff in the county fair, so I have the results of that to talk about a little bit. Yeah, and, oh, and a fully finished object that you guys haven't seen yet. So that's some good stuff. Trying to think what's been going on lately. Not much. I am cat sitting for an awesome giant ginger boy named Moors, and he is wonderful and sweet. Other than that, not a lot going on, just work. I'm exhausted all the time from work. Somehow, oh, we did take a mini vacation, went up to Pittsburgh for a day, went down to the East Coast for a day, which was the East Coast. We went down to visit my dad's family. It was nice. I bought a bunch of stuff. I've spent too much money. It was a shopping holiday for me. Other than that, not much going on. So, let's talk about fair stuff. Let's get that out of the way. So, I'll start with, I have a fully finished object that you guys haven't seen before. So this is Lost by the Retro Stitcher, and I've had it as a finish for a couple weeks, but I wanted to get it entered into the fair, and so I worked really, really hard to get this guy done, and he turned out so good. So let me show you. I'm trying not to get my whole room reflected. There he is, his little retro TV that he is coming out of. I can't decide if I like the static or not. I think I kind of do. I looked at it with black, with static, and with the emergency like broadcast like colors, and I think the static does look the best. So this is just an 8x10 frame that he barely fits into. He is pixel to pixel fitting in there, and that I painted, built the shape, show you here, there's just built it around the frame, covered it in wood grain to look like one of the 70s TVs, put the knobs on there. These are backs for acrylic pins. Those are backs. These I wanted to have 3D knobs, but I just couldn't find something that looked right. So these are printed. It's a printed volume slider. This is plastic cross-stitch canvas for the speaker. And these are dowel rods and erasers for the tip of the antennas. So it was a super fun project to put together. I kind of like knew what I wanted it to look like, and was just getting it there. Like I knew it could be done. But yeah, I was super happy with this. I entered it in the fair as novelty cross stitch. Our fair has not been, and he can sit like with his frame, like with his frame piece. Our fair has really gone downhill. It is not super, it's not super well run. This guy got broken in a couple places there. I was really disappointed. Like, I did fine, but that's because there's not a lot of entries. So like, he got first place in novelty cross stitch. He was the only entry. So it's like, it's not really, it doesn't feel like I'm getting much out of it. The critiques were not helpful. It was just like, oh, it's a unique piece. Yes, it is. I would love to hear, you know, is there something I could improve on? I mean, I got first place. There was nothing to compare to, so I guess there's nothing to say. But yeah, it just feels like I'm not getting a lot out of it. So I don't know that I'm going to be entering again. And I don't think I can enter in like one county over has a bigger population. So there might be better, you know, it might be a better turnout there. I don't think you're allowed to enter if you're not if you're a non-resident. Maybe I should run myself all the way down to the other side of Maryland to do the state fair. I don't know. But anyway, it was fun. Usually a friend of mine also competes, and so it's a little like friendly competition, and that's at least fun. This year she didn't even do anything. Also, my stuff got damaged. Last year people's stuff got wet. The barns are not in good shape. It's just a bad scene. So, but I really, really, really wanted him done. I wanted him done this way. So I am super excited to have him. Know where he's going to go in our movie room. I'm going to probably wall mount him instead of like having him sit. But he looks freaking great from any angle. Next I entered, I think I finished this on this podcast, but I don't think I actually got to show you the finished piece. So this is Folk Flowers by, I think it's just called Easy Cross Stitch on Etsy. I'll link it below. I finished this up for a little silent auction at work where we were asked to donate items. And a friend of mine won it. And so I went to her and I was like, I really want to enter that. So I entered it as a wall hanging, and it got second place, which is pretty good. Despite this is a legitimate finish, like I finished it with fabric, like that, they were like, there's no back on this. So it got second place. And the way they display things was really horrible because the barns are in such bad shape. They cover everything in very thick plastic. So you, as you're like walking through the barns, can't see things very well. So I have no idea what I got, what got first. I couldn't find it. So yeah, I really like this piece. I thought it would do better just because of the content. Like these folk flowers, we're in a very traditional, and it's an agricultural fair, very farm centric, and this kind of like folk flowers I thought would do really well. But I really like it. I thought it was beautiful. Next I entered the Giant Silk Moth by Night Spirit Studios. And this got first place for Counted Cross Stitch Picture. Super fun. And 1, 2, 3. What am I missing? Oh, I entered my little pillow that I finished last year, or got completely finished. I entered this for Counted Cross Stitch Pillow, and it got first place. It was the only entry. And then I entered Candyman. I almost entered my Hellraiser piece, but I didn't think the upside down cross would go over with a super conservative rural community. Didn't think anybody would get a kick out of that. So I entered Candyman as Halloween decor. And it got first place. It was the only entry. So, I mean, I would say I cleaned up, except first place gets you, I think, $3. So, but they're fun. I did label all of them that I could, with these awesome labels I got from a Black Needle Society box. I love these things. I'm definitely going to design and print my own. This has bees for Candyman. They're all fingerprinted up now too. Like I need to clean them. But yeah. So that was my fair entries this year. Not terrible. Not something I'm probably going to do again. It's not worth the time and effort. And so when stuff comes back broken, or none of my stuff came back wet this year, but I have heard of people getting stuff back wet. No. So there's my ribbons. So yeah, it was a fun experience, but then to get in to see if I won anything was $20. Whereas all I wanted to do was see if I won anything, and I could have just waited for pickup, but I wanted to get some food, like fair food. Like fair food is like, you know, it's a special thing. It only comes once a year. Fair food. It's important. And to support, like, all fair food is like, you know, the Southern High School athletics boosters, the blah, blah, blah. You're like supporting your local organizations and showing some community spirit. And you charged me for the ability to do that, which was really freaking, and you charged me a not small, $20 is not a small amount in this day and age. Sorry, I'm organizing these tags so I can hang them up. Let's stick those out of the way. All right. So, you know, these are right in front of me, so I'm going to show these real quick. So I ordered some floss parkers off of Amazon, and they were shitty and were not magnetized, but I have them now, and I have magnetized them, put a magnet on them, and I had all these circular, I was using them as needle minders. They are also enamel pins, not acrylic pins, enamel pins that were circular, so I just decorated them. So those are all ready to go for my next full coverage project, which I will be talking about. There's the thing. There we go. All right. I'll be talking about that today. Get those out of the way. All right. We did the things. We talked about all the other stuff. Let's talk about cross stitch. I have 1 finish and 5 whips. It's been, I had to take a week off because I was, we were out of town for vacation. So I have a pretty good amount of work this time. What are you doing? There's a fat cat down here. You guys are missing out because there's a fat cat down here. And she's chubby. I'm cat sitting. I have to pet the cat, I'm sorry. I was cat sitting Moore's, and he is a big ginger cat, and he cannot meow. He just chirps. He chirps for everything. He's so cute. So first up, this is Till Death by the Lonely Seaman. And I've got it done just in time. I love this so much. I love the fabric I chose. I love the colors. This is a gift for my cousin's wedding in September. I got the date for her bridal shower is this August, so I'm gonna give it to her as a bridal shower gift. And this is her favorite color. The lime green is her favorite color. So I think this is so cute. I have been really excited to get it done, and it's now complete. I have to figure out a frame for it, obviously, because it's a little too big. I was originally going to try and finish it as a hoop, but it's a little too big to finish as a hoop. So I'm sure I could get a bigger hoop and everything, but I'm going to finish it in a frame for her. So that is done. This has been like my work piece for most of the time I was off. On and off. So it got a lot of progress on it, and I'm super glad to have it done. It is so pretty. I hope she really, really loves it. So that is my finish. I haven't decided what I'm going to start next to like fill that place, but I do feel the need for a new start. So we'll talk about that. All right. Next up is, this is the CryptoNaturalist sampler by Screaming Heart Designs. And this is where I was. It's organized. And this is where I am. So I think I finished one of the, or maybe this one of these on the side, finished the word, and got that all done. And I'm ready to scroll up, like pretty significantly, start working my way down. I am more than 50% done with this, but only like just more. I'm at like 54%, but I'm like probably like 60% of the way down. There's just so much stitching down at the bottom. So this is going to be my focus piece. Stop putting my thing in front of me. I don't think, it doesn't sound like it makes a difference, but then when I edit, it totally makes a difference. So I'm going to make this my focus piece for August. It was my focus piece for July, but I just didn't work on it that much. It just didn't happen. So I'm going to keep this as a focus piece for another month. I really love this. It's coming out so good. So I'm excited to have it done. So it is going to stay a focus. Love it. She's got a couple, Screaming Heart Designs has a couple of pieces that I really, really love. Oh, reach for this crap I put too far away. All right, next up is, this is I Want to Believe by Alliton Embroidery. And I'll do my best to show you where I was last time, but this one is a hard one to show. I hope I got a good picture of it last time. And here is where I am this time. Not a ton of progress on this one. So I finished up 2 and started working on the trees. This tree did not exist previously, so it is all filled in. All this is filled in. I am almost, you can't quite see, there's some blue there. It's so hard to see on this black fabric. The edge is like right there, the edge of the circle. So I'm almost to the right side. And then I've just got big swaths of color up here and big swaths of the blue down here. And it is just going to be a thing. I need to put some time into it. It doesn't go... I'm not 50% done with this, but it feels like I am. It feels like I am more than halfway done. When I work on it, it goes quickly. I just don't work on it that often. So it's one of those like that just needs to come out more. I got it out this past week, like late in the week, and have been working on it. I'm going to try and keep it out because I have to work it at home. I have to have really good lighting for the dark blue on the black. Like my brain just cannot differentiate those two. So I need to like concentrate when I work on it. But it's so pretty. And it's this like kind of big thing that I just want to not get off my plate, but like I've been working on it since I think November of last year. We can get this done. We can get this done. I feel like we can. You and me. We can do this. I'm glad you're all here with me. Apparently I had some like sound issues. I filmed the Flosstube Extra unboxing of Bestitch Me box. Super fun box. If you like unboxings and that kind of thing, it's a super fun box. And I'll be doing that with future mystery boxes I get because it's just less here. And the sound was fine. I didn't change anything. So I don't know. I don't know what was going on with sound. But hopefully you can hear me fine as long as I don't like put stuff in front of my mouth. Hopefully you can hear me fine this time. This next one is Greetings from Beyond by Night Spirit Studios. I love her stuff so much. I have so many of her patterns purchased and saved and in my queue. Here is where I was. And I made really good progress on this one. I was dog sitting at one point, and this was just like through happenstance, one of the only things I brought up there. And I just kept thinking, I'll go get something else. And I just never did. I like never made it home. So here's where I am now. So I got all of the center black done, got all the white of the table done. I think I'm going to start working on a candlestick and then start working on the bubble of Hello next. This is a super fun one to work on. It's potato chip stitching. You just kind of go, and it looks great. It looks fantastic. I'm loving it very, very much. This one I'm stitching on 32 count. A lot of the stuff, everything else I've shown has been 28 count, and this one's on 32. And I'm beginning to think I might like 32 a little better because it's a little tighter. It's a little tight. The X's are just a little more solid fill. But 28 is so easy on my eyes. It's just so nice on my eyeballs. But yeah. I love how illustrated this one looks. Like it's the way the white is highlighted in that in the candlestick and the candle, it just looks very illustrated, and I really love that. So that is coming along with Till Death, the skeletons being done. That one's probably going to get a lot more work. Because it'll go to work with me. I had one day at work where I was in freaking doing training videos. We're getting a new software and I was just sitting doing training videos all day. And I stitched all day. I did like over 1,000 stitches, I think. Which was quite nice. What do we got next? Next is, this is Greenhouse of Oddities by Lola Crow. And I'm going to show, she's up to part 9 or 10, I think. And it is one of the parts is a choose your own adventure. You can choose which of the scientists is on in one wing. There's a skeleton on one side and there's going to be a scientist on the other side. And you can choose between Charles Darwin and George Washington Carver to go there. And I'm choosing George Washington Carver, so that's the parts. That's the complete picture I'm going to show. I'm going to put George Washington Carver there. Just because Charles Darwin is an old dude with a beard, it's just not what I want to put on my walls. But 2, George Washington Carver was so surprisingly, like, all you learn in American school is he's the peanut guy, and he's so shockingly influential on the world we live in. And I was like, well, he's got to go there. Like, absolutely. So this is where I was, somewhere around me. And this is where I'm at. So obviously I have a lot of work to do. They're on part 10 and I'm like barely on anything. But I finished the saguaro cactus. That is all done. There's some backstitching I need to do in there, but all his little flowers are blooming. And added the pitcher plants and the vine down at the bottom there. I'm going to work really hard to get the center done. That's where I'm going to focus my time and energy. So pretty soon I'll go back in and do the backstitching. I also don't want to leave backstitching till the very end. I'm going to try not to do that. So yeah, I really have enjoyed this. The colors in this just make me happy. Those greens are so springy and lovely. Like, they just made me happy to work in them. The pinks of those pitcher plants, like, they're bare. It's not really showing up how lusciously pink those are. So yeah, I really enjoy working on this. It's just a color palette that makes me happy. And a theme. Like, I really enjoy the flowers and everything. So what I don't enjoy is importing every part into Pattern Keeper and having to try and figure out where I was. That's a pain in the bit. And if it's on the wings, I'm not doing that. But if it's in the center where I'm going to need to do a little focusing, I try and put it in there, and that's annoying. How does this thing fold? I don't know. I don't know how folds work. I really shouldn't be in charge of anything. All right. But now I want to do everything Lola Crow. I want to do the library one. She's got a couple of smalls on her website that I really, really love. And I'm like, I just need to stitch more Lola Crow. But I feel that way about Witchy Stitcher and Night Spirit Studio. So she's just going in that Hall of Fame for me, which is nice. The last WIP I have is Make Today Magical by Tiny Modernist. She just released part 4. I'm going to show you that there. It's a really pretty, kind of little small part. This is a year-long sal that will end sometime next year. And she gives you 2 months on each part, which is incredibly generous. And I needed it for part 3. But I am done. I'm done up to part 3. So I don't think I showed it. This is where I was. I'll probably put that in there. I'll put in the where I was. Yeah. So last time I had like part of a hand like filled in. So I've gotten that completely done. Part 4 is going to go up here. And I love this so much. I'm stitching this on 18 count Aida, and it is so pretty. This is Pansy, I think, from Picture This Plus. Picture This Plus? I can't remember. It'll be in the description below. I always put the count and the fabric and where I got it from down in the description. So if you're ever wondering, like, where did she get that beautiful fabric? And I don't yammer, and that's a thing I don't talk about. It'll be down there. Yay! Part 3 done. Part 4 looks pretty small. It's just like the owl and the bellflower and then a couple of small motifs. So I'm hoping that that will not be, I can do that one and kind of get a project done for 2 months and it not be something I have to worry about. Worry about's not the right word. It won't be something I have to rotate through and like take time with. I have a lot of projects that are like long ongoing. So I kind of want to get some of those done, but I feel the craving for new starts. So I'm trying to decide whether to do another small, especially with Till Death being the thing of going out. It's a pretty small one, so I could do another small. There is an awesome stitch along of Seasonal Ghosts by it's not the Oracle. I'll put it here. Seasonal Ghosts by somebody on Facebook going on right now. They're super cute little ghosts. It's a pretty small stitch. I could easily, I've thought about doing that one. I also have a lot of smalls saved of just little doodads I've wanted or I've have as like paper patterns and I don't think about. But I have my next full coverage piece also planned. But I'm not positive I want to stick a big full coverage in right now. It wouldn't be that big, but so let me talk about that. This is, okay, you're probably going to see a cut. I had to go look up the artist's name. I was rambling and I couldn't remember her name. So this is Graveyard by Nazaire. She is an artist on Instagram, a pixel artist on Instagram and Reddit. She posts amazing stuff. And I saw this scrolling Reddit one day and I was like, I love that so much. So I reached out to her and I was like, do you mind if I make this into a cross stitch? I couldn't find it as a cross stitch anywhere. And she was like, yeah, sure, absolutely. Like, no problem. So I converted this into a cross stitch. It wasn't super hard. It was very nicely pixelated. It was very easy to convert. And then I had to do a lot of like, whenever you take like an image and you just like import it, it can't quite one-to-one figure that out. So I had to do a lot of cleanup of it. And then I had to have my sister double check my color choices because I cannot see especially gray. And there's about 5 shades of gray in there. Things like grays, blues. I like the gray, blue, green spectrum can get a little fuzzy for me. I really struggle with that. So I had to have her double check my color choices, but I am going to, but I made it into a full coverage piece. And it is beautiful. It is exactly the kind of piece I would love to have. So I will be stitching it. I've got most of the stuff, like I already had everything on hand. I have fabric that I can use. So I'm going to give it a shot. But I can't decide if I want to introduce a big full coverage right now. But I really want to do that one. Look how beautiful. Let me put that art up again. Look how beautiful that is. That's so good. I feel like I need it. And I've already, as soon as she said yes, and I was like, ooh, that wasn't the most terrible process in the whole world. I'm now like, my eye is looking for pixel art. Like, I'm already like, ooh, do I need this thing too? It's like a whole new realm of things that I can turn into cross stitches. I don't have to like wait for you to make a cross stitch of that. But I can do it. So, and a lot of pixel art is like right up my alley. There's a lot of like dystopian stuff. There's a lot of vaporwave and things like that I just like love. So yeah, so that is also an option out there. And yeah, I will be definitely stitching this one. Like, she gave me her blessing She's super wonderful. And I've got it all ready to go. So I'm definitely going to be stitching. It's just when. How soon do I want to get that out? Tomorrow. I want to get that out. I want to go upstairs and get that out. But I also want to quit my job so I can only cross stitch. And life doesn't work out that way. Life is mean a lot of the time. So that's everything I have. I will be doing a Flosstube extra. Probably this will go out this coming Wednesday. I record on a Saturday. So this will be going out the 9th of August. And so somewhere in that next week, I will be doing Black Needle Society's monthly cross stitch subscription box as just a little extra. It just arrived in the mail, so I'll get that out. Other than that, I'm going to try and keep up the good progress I'm making. And I hope you are making wonderful progress on your projects and the things you want to do. And I hope you're getting more time to stitch than I am. I hope you have a wonderful 2 weeks. And I'll see you again.